Imagine a piece of cloth bearing the image of a crucified man, believed to be Jesus Christ himself. The Shroud of Turin, a relic shrouded in mystery and controversy, has captivated the world for centuries. Join us as we unravel the story behind the carbon dating controversy, revealing the scientific evidence that has both solidified and challenged its authenticity. The Shroud of Turin is a long piece of linen cloth, about 14 feet long and 3.5 feet wide. What makes it so fascinating is the faint, mysterious image on it, the front and back of a man who appears to have been crucified. Many believe this man is Jesus Christ. The cloth is housed in the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin, Italy, where it has been kept since the 16th century. But the story of the shroud goes back even further. It was first recorded in France in the 1350s, where it was displayed in a small church in Lire. From there, it changed hands several times before ending up in the royal house of Savoy, who later moved it to Turin. Though its existence is only documented from the 14th century onward, some claim it could date back to the early Christian era. Pilgrims and believers have long considered it the actual burial cloth that wrapped Jesus' body after the crucifixion. Skeptics, however, have pointed to the lack of clear historical records before the 1300s as a major issue. So where did it come from? And is the image on the cloth a miraculous imprint or a clever medieval artwork? That question brings us to the heart of the controversy. To answer the mystery of the shroud's age, scientists turned to a tool called carbon dating. In 1988, a team of researchers from 3 major laboratories, in Oxford, UK, Zurich, Switzerland, and Tucson, USA, conducted radiocarbon testing on a sample of the cloth. Carbon dating is a method that estimates the age of organic materials by measuring the decay of carbon-14 isotopes. The results were shocking. According to the tests, the cloth was dated between 1260 and 1390 AD. This result placed the origin of the shroud in the Middle Ages, about 1,300 years after the time of Jesus. Many people took this as proof that the shroud was a medieval forgery. News outlets around the world announced the results, and many historians and scientists considered the case closed. But not everyone agreed. Some scholars and religious groups immediately questioned the accuracy of the test. They pointed out several issues, starting with the sample itself. Was the sample taken from a section of the cloth that had been repaired in the Middle Ages? Could contamination from smoke, oils, or handling have affected the results? Others argued that the cloth had been exposed to fire in 1532, which could have introduced newer carbon into the fabric, skewing the results. The controversy was far from over. Despite the carbon dating results, many researchers have continued to study the shroud, using different scientific approaches. One interesting angle is the presence of pollen and mineral dust found on the cloth. Studies have identified pollen grains from plants that only grow in the Middle East, including species native to the Jerusalem area. This discovery has been used to argue that the shroud could have originated there. Other researchers have analyzed the cloth's weave pattern. It matches textile techniques used in the ancient Middle East, though similar patterns were also found in medieval Europe. Then there's the image itself. The way the image appears on the cloth is very unusual. It isn't painted or drawn in any traditional way. The image is extremely faint and only visible when viewed from a distance or in photographic negatives. In fact, in 1898, when the first photographs of the shroud were taken, the negatives revealed an even more detailed face than what's seen with the naked eye. This shocked many and added fuel to the idea that the image was miraculous. In 2018, a study used blood flow analysis to show that some of the blood stains on the cloth were inconsistent with the way real blood flows on a crucified body. This led some scientists to propose that the image may have been created artistically. Still, there's no clear explanation of how the image was formed. No paint, dye, or pigment has been found in the image areas. Some theories suggest it was created through a chemical reaction, a scorch, or even a burst of radiation. As it stands, the scientific community is divided. Some trust the carbon dating, others believe the testing was flawed or incomplete, and many believe more modern testing is needed. Regardless of whether it's authentic or not, the Shroud of Turin has made a lasting impact on culture, religion, and history. Millions of people have visited the Turin Cathedral to see the shroud, especially during special public displays. It's been the subject of documentaries, books, and debates on TV and social media. For believers, it's a sacred object, a tangible connection to the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus. For skeptics, it's a brilliant piece of medieval art, symbolic but not divine. But for everyone, it's a powerful artifact that invites questions. How do we connect faith with science? What role do relics play in religious belief? Can something be meaningful even if it's not authentic in the scientific sense? The shroud is more than just a piece of cloth. It's a mirror, reflecting our hopes, our doubts, and our need to believe in something greater. So where does that leave us? The Shroud of Turin continues to inspire curiosity and devotion. The 1988 carbon dating placed it in the Middle Ages, but questions about contamination and the sampling process have left room for doubt. Scientific studies have produced mixed results. Pollen, mineral traces, and image analysis raise more questions than answers. Meanwhile, faith-based interpretations focus on the shroud's emotional and spiritual significance. It's clear that the debate over the shroud's authenticity isn't just about science or history. It's about how we, as people, make sense of the mysteries around us. We may never have a final answer. But maybe that's the point. Maybe the shroud is meant to make us wonder, to question, to explore both the physical and the spiritual. Whether it's the real burial cloth of Jesus or not, the Shroud of Turin reminds us of the power of symbols, the depth of our beliefs, and the never-ending journey for truth. Thanks for watching. If you found this story thought-provoking, give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into history, faith, and the mysteries that continue to shape our world.